Good morning, everybody. Is it still morning? No, it's afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday Sip. It's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Okay, so today we are going to talk about a new stamp set. It's called Sweet Strawberry, and it does come bundled with this awesome punch that I always think you guys might get this too glared, but it'll punch out the strawberry stem, a little flower, and a bigger leaf. So that's some of the things we're going to be using today. We're also going to use the new, I think it's called Double Oval. I don't know because I didn't write the name of it on here, but it's in the new mini catalog too. It also comes in a bundle with a word set, just so you know. So we're going to be using that. We're also going to be using from the Celebration catalog a Celebration bundle, which is kind of unusual. This is in the very back of the Celebration catalog. You get the stamp set, Berry Blessings, and this awesome 12 by 12 designer series paper called Berry Delightful. So they come together. So you would get both of these items for a $100 order. Obviously, you can pick other things if you want, but I just wanted to show you how cute. Obviously, I've been using some of it, but it's just such cute paper. So I'm going to flip through this really quick for you. But you can see, if you don't like strawberries, the backings are cute too, so you can definitely use the backs of it. So, and again, Celebration, free, can't buy it. Okay, I also want to show you, before I get started on the project, these things that were, oh, not those. These things were punched from the designer series paper with the punch. So some of them I like, some of them not so much. I kind of like punching out the base of the strawberry, but I'm not that excited about the way the stem punches out. It's okay, but you know, it would work. But I just I think I would prefer one that you stamped. And then I did two of the leaves. I'm going to hold these up a little closer in just a second. Give me just a minute. And a couple of the flowers. So there's obviously other colors in there, but these were all punched out of the designer series paper with the punch. So it's pretty cool. I do like punching the flowers. I have this thing about them because they're just so well done, and probably better than I could color them. Whoops. So I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that opportunity with that designer series paper. Okay. Now, one more thing before we get started. On Thursday, when we were doing the make-alongs that I sent you with your catalogs, there was a piece left over. Do you remember this? This piece right here was left over from one of the cards, and I said I would do something with it, but look at how well it looks with this. Now, this is the Pretty Peacock, this blue, which is what this is. It's also what this ink is. That is not listed as a color in this designer series paper, but it obviously works with it. I think it works really well with it. So I did that, and I used this stamp, but what I did was I blocked off this with some Post-it note, and then just stamped this in, gosh, I'm trying to remember. I think Old Olive was what I stamped this in. And then I used a blender pen to just pull the Old Olive into the leaves. And then a blender pen with the squeezy pads with the pumpkin and the cherry cobbler, which you guys saw me do that on on Thursday also, just to color in the flowers. And then I stamped over it with the sentiment from the Berry Blessings. You always have a way of making my day. I love, love, love that stamp set. We're actually going to be using that one and Bountiful Blessings today in the card that we're making today. So I'm actually using both stamp sets, but I wanted you guys to see this. So if you were one of the ones who had this extra piece, don't throw it away, because it makes a really great tag for a sentiment. And I will be talking about my next make-along, so you guys can be ready for that. All right, so let's get started. So these are the two stamp sets, Street Strawberry and the Celebration Berry Blessing, that we're going to be using today. And I already told you about the punches. We're going to be using Cherry Cobbler and Poppy Parade, Granny Apple Green, and Garden Green. Garden Green, that's what I used on that other one for that floral. Then I have, obviously, an envelope. And we're going to be decorating the envelope with this. So as long as I don't forget to do that. I'm going to start with a base of thick basic white. I don't know if I told you guys, but I did get, I did order some of the basic white and the thick basic white and the basic white envelopes. They are awesome. Awesome. I was so worried about it, but they're really, really great. I'm very happy with how they came out. So hold on, I'm looking for my bone folder. Here it is. And then I'm gonna, this has already been scored, especially with thicker cardstock. If you can score it, it's gonna fold much nicer. And I don't know if you've ever tried and you got like little wrinklies in there. This will make it fold nice and neat. And then you're going to, now I'm a really crisp, I mean, I like really want my folds to be folded. Some people don't, but I like my cards to lay as flat as possible. So that's the base. And then, trying to look at my sample. All right, then this is just a scrap I'm going to use in a little bit. I wanted to use the Designer Series paper. So I have to tell you what these are because I don't remember. This one is, the Designer Series paper is 1.5 by 5. And then the cardstock is 5 1/4 by 1 5/8. Nope, 1 3/4. Sorry, 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to start with that. You're going to take your adhesive. I just love this subtle leaf. I don't know that it's necessarily a strawberry leaf, but I like it anyway. It doesn't really matter to me if it, I mean, leaves are leaves, in my opinion. God made a whole bunch of different kinds of them. And again, I am not a horticulturist, so I couldn't tell you what kind of leaves they are. I can just tell you that they're pretty and hope that's good enough. Well, that's nice and crooked. Y'all are used to me taking things apart and putting them back together again. I just need to stick everything in my face. That's the problem. I think it's because I'm getting older. I don't know. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so there's that. And then this is a pretty simple card. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. So I'm just going to adhere this then to the card front. Oops. Okay, I had a little issue there. Sorry. I have it all over my thumb now. Oh, and I want my leaves to be going up, I think, this time. So I'm just going to set that on at the fold. So simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then I am going to, let me set this aside for a minute. I am going to stamp the strawberry and the leaves so that I can punch them out. So this is a trick, I don't remember who taught me, but I think I've mentioned it before. When you have a stamp that is got a nice outline and an innard, I find it easier to stamp the outline first and then get this into the center of it. I don't know why, I just do, and that might be a good trick for you. Now I did just re-ink my stamps, so I'm hoping that they come out good. My other tip is, see how this is? It's going to go in with the stamp fat side down. So, and I did cut these small enough because I didn't want to waste cardstock, because when I punch this out, if it was big, it's going to punch all these images, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to stamp that on there. And I want 3 of them, but through the magic of, I did it before, so you guys wouldn't have to watch. I have the other 2 done. So that's all for the cherry cobbler. Then I'm going to take the Poppy Parade, and I'm going to stamp the inside of the strawberry. And I don't know if this, I can see it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it is meant to be faded. It is faded. You are not going to get a solid color, because strawberries are not a solid color. So, so just bear that in mind when you stamp this. It is not going to be solid. So, see, I love it. Look at how variegated that is. It's just pretty, pretty, pretty. And I have also found that I've done enough of them to know that they don't all come out the same. So I'm going to prepare you for that too. Let me unlock the punch, and then put the strawberry in there and line it up. And punch it out. Okay, get rid of those. Now hold on to my little strawberry. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the leaf, obviously in different colors. I just knocked something down. Okay, and I'm going to use the darker color first. I'm going to look at my punch and see what way it's going to go in. So it's going to go in this way with the tail. So I want to be sure I punch it with the stem down. It's not a tail, Carrie, it's a stem. So I'm using Garden Green for the outline of the leaf. Sorry for all that pounding. Okay. Now I could take a blender pen and just blend that out if I wanted to. So that's always an option for you. But now I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to do the inside of this and go over it. There we go. It's a cute little leaf. And then, again, slide it in. That's going to go the wrong way for my strength level. Okay. I always have the biggest trouble lining up a stem because I'm always worried about chopping it off. But it's really not that big of a deal if you do. So, all right. So there we have it. I have my strawberry and my leaf. And I need my silicone sheet. There it is. Because I want to put adhesive on the back of this strawberry stem. It's nice to have a silicone sheet to do that with, so you don't have to worry about it getting all over everything else. And you can kind of wipe it into where you want it to go. And then I'm just going to take the stem. I like to take it so that these 2 leaves are at the top of the strawberry. Kind of like that. Oh, that might be a little too low. Sorry. There, that's better. So, there you go. There's the little strawberry. And through the magic of, I made some more on my own. And you can see that they are not all identical in color. I mean, they're pretty close, because I did just re-ink the pad, but this one looks a little lighter. I think this one's a little lighter than that one too. It's kind of hard to tell, but they are a little bit different, but yet they all look like wonderfully perfect strawberries, which is a great thing. Move that out of my way. And then I decided I wanted to put these up on Stampin Dimensionals. Just because, you know, I like to pop things up. I don't know why. I don't know. And obviously you can see I hit a boo-boo there. So I used the back. Because we do sell 2-sided cardstock. So why not? So I'm just going to put all the dimensionals on the back of these before I apply them. Oops, I've got an extra one. Let's see if I can move it. Yay. It's so quiet in my house today. My husband is home though. It's just a quiet day, and we have sunshine in Michigan. They say it's not going to last, but I'm just excited for it. I have actual sun coming through my glass blocks right now because I am in the basement, and believe me, these rainy days have been gloomy. Gloomy, gloomy, gloomy. So I like to start when I'm doing something that has 3 going down or across. I like to start with the one that I think will be in the center. And I am going to put it just a little bit crooked, basic center, and I'm not going to press it down in case I need to move it. Because you know me, I will very likely need to peel it off. Because it's just my forte. I don't know why. Luckily, I have a husband who taught me how to carefully peel things off, and you're less likely to get the adhesive. And then I don't want all the strawberries going the same way. So this one is going to go straight up and down. So I am excited that so many of you were interested in the make-alongs. So I do have that. We are going to talk about that a little bit later. And I'm going to set that one there. See, this one does need to be moved just a smidgen. Okay, let me take a look. Yep, that looks good. Now I'm just going to press them all down. There we go. Super simple, right? Now it just needs a sentiment. And I could just stamp a sentiment onto the card front. I could do that. But you know me, I'm not going to. So the sentiment I picked for the front, again, is from the Celebration set. I am using Bountiful Blessings. And then on the inside, I will stamp the You Always Have a Way of Making My Day. Because I have so many friends that bless my life so much. And there's a couple in particular that mean a lot to me. So I'm kind of, you know, I just believe in blessings. I believe God has done some wonderful things in my life, and I'm very grateful for them. So there is Bountiful Blessings. And I stamped that in the garden green as well. I'm going to punch that out with the regular oval. I'm going to get that centered. And then I am going to punch out a garden green of the scallop oval. Alright, and then you know where I'm going with this. This isn't too hard to figure out. I am going to just adhere this onto the oval. This is what I like about this punch. It's I want you to see that the oval or the scallop is it's kind of weird. It looks like I punched it weird. I did. I punched off the page a little bit. Let me re-punch that. See what I did? And then it gave me flat edges on my punch. It's not that hard to punch out an oval, Carrie. You've got a whole thing here. Oh no, I'm just me, and y'all know it. Okay, so let's try that again. But what I was saying was what I like about it is the scallop on it is a little bit different. It's not like perfect little circles. They have almost a slight point. Not a pointy point, but they do have a slight point, which I just think is very cool. It's very cool. Again, that's going to go up on Dimensionals because it's my way. It's time for me to start cutting some of these because look at how that's thick. This one is like super thick. Look, that's the last one. Look at how thick that is. Definitely don't want to throw those out. Definitely want to use those up. Okay. Super, super simple card. Super, super simple. And then bountiful blessings. And I don't think you need to watch me do the inside. I'll just show you on my original card. Look at how light that one is. That was when I decided to re-ink the stamp, but I kind of like it. So you could actually get that by just stamping off if you wanted to. And then, of course, I stamped the inside also in Garden Green. And don't forget to stamp or sign the back of your cards so people know that you cared enough to make it yourself. So that's the card. But I promised I wanted to do the envelope. You guys have seen me do this before. Now I thought about, this piece was already cut, and I thought about which way I wanted the leaves to go. And on the card, you know, they're kind of going this way, but on this they're going to go sideways, which is fine. You'll see more of the leaf. I've decided. I made an executive decision. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it on there. I'm going to grab my pencil and just outline. And just, you know, just take your time and outline it. Your pencil will want to slide along the edge of the envelope. So, you know, it works out pretty well. And then grab my paper snips. And just, I like to trim inside my pencil markings. And you remember you want to curve your paper, not your scissors, when you're going around edges. It just makes it so much easier that way. It flows better. You don't get those little kinks in it. I'm not saying I never get them, because I do. I get in a hurry. Like, I know, hopefully I'm not alone in that. Hopefully some of you guys tend to get in a hurry too. And see, I hesitated there, so I'm going to end up with not a perfect curve on that one. And that's all right. I can deal with it. Okay. So now I have this, and you can attach it with your adhesive. I actually kind of like doing these with the liquid glue, because I think it flattens out better. So that's pretty too, but it doesn't match the card as well. So for that, I stay away from, I'm hoping I'm in camera. I stay away from the exact edge because it's going to ooze a little bit. But you want to be sure you have enough on there so that it can ooze, because otherwise, you know, it's going to lift up when it's going through the mail. So I do that. Then lift it carefully. And I like to set my envelope like this, and then set this like on the table next to it, so that you're getting flat ends to flat ends. And then take my bone folder, and I'm staying on my silicone sheet so that if anything oozes, it'll ooze onto my sheet. But this way it's getting, you can see some of it is oozing out. It is getting to the edges. Definitely want to do that up here as well. But you can see I did have some of it ooze out. So that's good. That means it's really good and sealed. I would leave it like this to dry for a little bit. But just see how nice that just makes just a really nice ending to your envelope. And then you could actually stamp a strawberry or something on the front, would be really cute. Which is a good idea, which I'll probably do that. Okay. So, that is the Saturday SIP card. Now let's talk about the make-along that we will be doing. I will take a snapshot of this, but this is, I'm going to stand up to see how well you guys can see that. This is the make-along. It's going to be on Thursday, January 21st at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You're going to need cardstock. And I would recommend that these are in the same color. 4 1/4 by 11. So what you're doing is you're cutting your cardstock hot dog version. rather than hamburger version, because that's going to be your card base. 1 3/8 by 11 plus a scrap. Printed paper, designer series paper, something that's going to coordinate with your cardstock. 1 1/4 by 10 inches plus a scrap. If your cardstock, if you've chosen a dark color, you may want to have a lighter background. Like, so I do have 4 and 5 1/4 lighter than your cardstock for both the outside and the inside. And remember, this is a mystery, so you don't know what you're making yet. You might want to have some ribbon or embellishments, a small sentiment, something that will fit maybe 1 1/4 inch circle if you have a punch or a die that will fit into that, or just a small sentiment. It can be a linear one too. You just don't want it too big. You're going to need your paper trimmer, snips, adhesives. You can have your Stampin Dimensionals. You don't necessarily need to have those, but that's what you're going to need to make along with me. And so I will see you then. That's in a couple weeks. Don't forget, Tuesday, I'll have another Tuesday tip. And then again, back for Saturday sip. You know, those are pretty standard. So I will post a picture of this so you all are ready for the make along. But anyway, this is today's Saturday sip. I'm going to do this so y'all can see the inside as well. There you go. So there you go. That's today's Saturday sip. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful weekend and a great Sunday tomorrow. Bye-bye.